Hi, this is Rob Howard from EFL Talks again, and we're here today with a very special guest. We have Dudley Reynolds, who is the current TESOL International Association president, and he's here today and tell us about TESOL, what it can do for you, being a member, and what they offer. It's a great organization. And Dudley, I want to thank you for being here today. And where are you coming from today?
So today I'm coming from Doha, Qatar. I'm a professor at Carnegie Mellon University, branch campus here in Qatar. And as you said, I'm also president of the TESOL International Association. And I'm president for this year. I go from convention to convention. It's a very exciting honor for me and something that I really enjoy talking to people about TESOL and what the association does. But I thought it might be helpful, Rob, if I started by talking a little bit just what a professional association is. First of all, professional associations have been around for a while in societies around the world. But what they all have in common is that they're founded by members of the profession for the profession, for the good of the profession, to make it more respected in the community, to help the members of that profession do a better job at what they do. Professional associations are led by the members. Members are volunteers. They're not paid to lead the association. And they decide what the activities of the association should be, what its policies are, what it should try and do. That means that, first of all, professional associations are not businesses. They're nonprofits. They may charge money for services, but that money goes back into the work of the association. They also are not unions. They advocate for good working conditions for their members and for the profession at large, but their focus is really on the profession, not simply on employment conditions. Now, TESOL International Association is an association of professionals, and our goal is to advance the quality of English language teaching through professional development, research standards, and advocacy. Our members are educators, researchers, program administrators, school administrators, and also students who are learning or studying to be teachers. We have around 12,000 members worldwide in more than 156 different countries. So we truly are an international association. And along with the TESOL International Association, many people may have heard of a local teaching association, Teachers Association. And there are many teacher associations in almost every country of the world. These teaching associations are completely independent from TESOL International Association, even if they've got the word TESOL in their name. They operate on their own. They have their own leaders, their own policies, etc. But very often these independent associations choose to become affiliates of TESOL. We currently have over 115 affiliate associations in over 100 countries around the world. And when you take the people who are members of TESOL and you add to them the members of these affiliate associations, we're talking about a worldwide network of somewhere around 50,000 people. I think that's a powerful force in today's world, and one that can accomplish a lot of good for our profession. And when people ask me what TESOL does, I always go back to the 4 components that were listed in that mission statement a few minutes ago, which are advocacy, professional learning, research, and standards. And we sort of think about the activities that we do in these 4 categories. When it comes to advocacy, one of the things we host every year, usually in June, is an advocacy and policy summit. This is targeting our members in the United States. Most of the people who attend are from different parts of the United States. And we're really working with them on techniques for approaching politicians in the U.S. to get them to enact policies that help our profession and help our students. And another thing that we often do is that we work with other associations to, for example, craft a position statement on legislation that impacts students, or calling for standards, calling for understanding. And this can be directed towards the United States. It can be directed towards other parts of the world. The second major area of activity, and probably our biggest, is the provision of professional learning opportunities. Many of these opportunities are online. We have a wide catalog of webinars, short courses. We even offer online certificates in English language teaching, and we have an advanced certificate. Secondly, we offer face-to-face events. We have an international convention and language expo every spring. We also, and that's typically in the United States, but we also offer regional events around the world. This past summer, we offered a one-day symposium in Venezuela. Next January, we're going to be offering a symposium in Thailand. And we've also had sometimes short conferences. Another way in which we support professional learning in our field is through publications. We have journals, books, we publish standards for the field as well. And these are incredible resources for anybody in the field, not just our members, and we encourage people to seek those out. We also understand that for English language teaching to advance, to better serve our students, to help our students learn better, we need to be both knowledgeable about research that is being done on teaching and learning of languages. We also need to encourage more research to be done. We regularly craft and publish a research agenda. We've just published the most recent one in 2014. We have an annual grant program. It's a small grant program, around $2,500 is the maximum. It's to support a research project, and we put out a call for paper and ask for applications there. And finally, we support training and knowledge about research in our field through various conference sessions and online webinars targeting research for people interested in research. The fourth area that we focus on as a professional association is standards. These are statements about what quality language teaching should look like, or the training of teachers. So, for example, we just recently issued what we call a short-term TESOL and TEFL certificate program standards. And these are something that I hope people around the world, if they're thinking about, say, taking a short certificate course to become an English language teacher, they will ask, well, do you follow the TESOL standards? We also have standards for the use of technology in teaching and learning of English, and standards for talking about English language proficiency for pre-kindergarten through 12th grade English language learners. So that's one way of looking at what TESOL does and how we come out to meet the world. But I think many people will also be interested in thinking about what they can do if they were to join TESOL. And I like to while we have all these activities that I just talked about, I like to group involvement or engagement in TESOL and look at it through 4 different lenses. The lens of being able to network and become part of a community, form a community. The opportunity to learn using many of the resources that I just talked about. The opportunity to share with other English language teachers your own knowledge. Every member of TESOL has expertise in their context and in particular areas. And one of the ways that, one of the very rich things about a professional association is that we have a chance to learn from other members. And finally, as a member of TESOL, you have an opportunity to join with other members to advocate within society as a large. If I say something should be done, I'm just one person. When an association of 12,000 people says something should be done, it carries a lot more weight. When you talk about that worldwide network of 50,000 members, the weight becomes even more. And so these are ways in which you can engage in TESOL. Now, things that I really suggest to get more involved in TESOL, one of the things you can do is join one of our interest sections. In fact, you can join all 21 if you would like. And I encourage people to focus, but I also encourage them to use the interest sections as a way of finding out about different areas. We have interest sections that focus on certain segments of schooling. So we have elementary education, secondary education, adult education, higher education. We have interest sections that focus on particular skill areas. So second language writing, speech pronunciation, listening. And also on ways of teaching or the sort of technology of teaching. So we have a video and digital media intersection. We have a materials writers intersection. Whatever your connection to the field is, I hope that you can find an intersection that would be of interest to you. And it's a way of really diving in deep. I encourage you also to get involved by taking part in the professional learning events. Presented at a conference, if you can. Take part as an audience member in a webinar. Make connections this way. Join. Read the publications that we have, whether it's a book, a journal. With every member of TESOL gets a free online journal called TESOL Journal. They also have the opportunity to subscribe to TESOL Quarterly. Every member receives newsletters from whatever interest sections that they belong to. We also have a very engaged online community. It's called the TESOL community. There are discussion boards. There are e-lists that go along with the interest sections. And these are a wonderful resource for anyone. Finally, we actually have something called the TESOL Resource Center, which has a large number of things like lesson plans, copies of or recordings of old webinars, some research papers that people have chosen to share. These are free resources that members, and there are also some resources in there that non-members can access. And finally, we have services that help our members find jobs. At the annual convention, the international convention, we have an employment clearinghouse. We also have an online version of that where people can go and find job ads. So, I've already told you about the international convention. It happens in the spring of every year. The next one is going to be in Seattle, Washington, next March. Typically, we have somewhere around 6,000 attendees. This is large. It's an incredible opportunity to find out about the TESOL world if you can make it. If you can't make it to Seattle, you can't travel, we also have a number of online events that are upcoming. We're going to be hosting a joint web conference 17th and 19th of November with TESOL, another major professional association in our field. We're going to be hosting what's called the TESOL Summit on the Future of the Profession in Athens, Greece. The actual summit will take place next February, but we're encouraging people to sign up to be online participants in the summit, which means that they will begin interacting with other online participants in December. So we can start before the summit and extend to afterwards. Finally, we're going to be hosting a face-to-face event in Monterey, California next June with TURF, the International Research, TESOL International Research Foundation. And this is going to be specifically focused on research and sharing and learning about doing research. So those are 3 events I'm really excited about. Finally, for people who don't join, I do want to stress that TESOL still offers a number of online open access resources. These are free to anyone, member, non-member. And you can see the kinds of resources we've got there on the slide. And finally, I just want to conclude by hoping that people may choose to join TESOL, and you can do that through our website, tesol.org, interacting with us through various social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, here. And finally, there's again our website, tesol.org, and there's information there about joining. Any questions, you can simply email members@tesol.org. We're a large, diverse association, but we're also a community, and that's what I really love about the association. And I want to thank you, Rob, for inviting me to talk about TESOL, and I'll turn it back over to you now.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Dudley. I really appreciate you taking time to share this information. It's I'm a member here in Brazil, and we just had our Braz TESOL here. It's a great organization, as both organizations are, and I encourage everybody to get involved and take advantage of the resources.
Yes, and there really are. There are a lot of both free resources and then even more resources available to members. Thank you.